Good morning, everyone. Your new chapter related to your physics is force and pressure, chapter number 3. And in this chapter, we're going to know about what is force and what is pressure. First of all, force. What is a force? Force is something that helps us to change the state of a rest. If the something is in the rest, we just apply some force and we change it into a motion. If a ball is at the rest, like if my book is at rest. If I pick it up, move it from one place to another, I'm applying force and it is moving, coming into an motion. If something is in motion, like if I kick a ball and with my foot only I stop it, it means I can make it change from a rest to a motion part or from motion to a rest part. So force is something that helps us to change the state of rest or state of motion. We can even change the state of the shape, like if I squeeze a squeezing ball. If I squeeze a squeezing ball, it will squeeze it up, its shape get changes. If I stretch a rubber band with a force, its sizes changes, so I can change the size and shape with it. So force is something that help us to change the shape of the size or rest or force. So force we can applied anywhere to any part. So if I am kicking a ball, the football is at rest, it comes to a motion. So when it comes to a force, the force formula is mass into acceleration. So force is mass into acceleration. Mass is something like you have a weight. आपका 20 kg, 30 kg, 40 kg, 25 kg. The weight you have, that is your mass. And acceleration means some speed. With particular speed you are moving in particular time. That is called acceleration. Like you are having acceleration, like have you heard about acceleration due to gravity? That is fixed 9.8 meter per second square. So that is the acceleration of an gravity. Same as force is equal to mass into acceleration. Acceleration can be of anything, of an electron, of an object, of a scooty, of a bike, everything. So force is equal to how much mass you are, on which mass you are applying a force and how much speed it is moving. So force is equal to mass into acceleration. F is equal to ma. As we already know, the unit of force is Newton. This name was a name of a scientist who gave a unit to a force, that is Newton, who searched about the gravity. So force have a unit, that is Newton. Else except Newton, we can take out the unit from this formula also. Like we know force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass can be written as kg. So I can write mass in the unit of kg. And acceleration, as you know, speed of acceleration is 9.8 meter per second square, mean meter per second square its unit. So acceleration is meter per second square. So your force unit can be come out to be kg into meter per second square. So kg meter per second square. So unit of force can be kg meter per second square or Newton. Both are correct. You can write kg meter per second square also or Newton also. Both are the correct units. Both, if anywhere they have written kg meter per second square, you can guess it out. It is given a value of a force. If Newton is given, that also the value of force. So force is you having a formula of mass into acceleration. Then comes is a force having a direction? When we apply a force in particular direction, right? Either from left side or right side, up side, down side, anywhere. So force is mainly concerned with direction. So anything that is concerned with directions are known as vector quantities. VECTOR, vector quantity. Any quantity which have a direction, which have some direction, north, south, east, west, wherever we applying. So force, whenever we apply force in a particular direction. So anything that has direction is known as vector quantity, and we always write with an arrow. So they are saying whenever we write a force, we represent with an arrow, and always arrow is in front. So force, we can write force like this. Force having an arrow means it is a vector quantity. So force is something which is a vector quantity and have a value also and a direction also. That's why we write force with the arrow. They are saying except kilogram per meter per second square or Newton. There is one another unit also, that is known as 1 kilogram force. 1 kilogram force. 1 kgf. 1 kgf is equal to 10 Newton. This you have to learn. Whenever there comes numerical related to it, you have to remember that 1 kgf is equal to 10 Newton. So there come out to be a 3 units out of it of force. Kg, meter per second square, Newton or kilogram force. These 3 units are related to force. Then the next topic is turning effect of a force. Turning effect मतलब किसी चीज़ को rotate करना. To rotate something, turn something, that is known as turning effect of a force. Like whenever you are turning a car, so there is a steering, then it has a fixed point. एक fixed point पर आपका जो steering है वो rotate करता है. This fixed point is known as fulcrum. You have heard about it. Fulcrum or pivot point. So the fixed point is known as fulcrum. Around this your thing rotate. Like when I talk about this nut, so this center point is a pivot from which it will start rotating. So fixed point and it start rotating. So turning effect is mainly concerned about a fixed point. It should have a fulcrum, fixed point, जिसके आसपास वो चीज़ घूमेगी, rotate करेगी. It has a fixed point known as pivot or a fulcrum, and to rotate it you need a force. You apply a force over the steering and the car moves back or forward. So you apply a force over it, and the main thing is the distance between a pivot and where you are applying a force. It should be maximum. The distance between where you are applying a force and the pivot point, it should be maximum. If it is a maximum, then the turning effect is easy. You don't have to apply maximum force. Even a single force, like whenever you are driving a car, have you seen like people don't apply more force over the steering? Simple force, not much force they have to apply over it. Why? Because the distance between a pivot point and where you are applying a force is maximum. Distance is maximum, so you have to apply less force. With less force only it can easily rotate. Same goes for here. Here you are going to apply force and this is the pivot point. See, the distance is maximum. If the distance is maximum, you have to apply very less force. It is easily get rotated. बहुत कम force के कारण ये rotate कर जाएगा. So the main thing is you should have a force where you have to apply a force, and the distance between pivot point and the force where you are applying a force, the distance should be maximum. Then your turning effect will be easy. You don't have to apply more force to rotate it. It will be easily rotated. Like they have given example of a bicycle. Like in bicycle you can see this is a pivot point where your tires rotate. This is the pivot point at the center, and in the pedaler where you apply a force. To move a bicycle, there is a pedal in which you apply a force. So distance between your pedal and the pivot point is maximum. So you don't have to apply much force over the pedal. The cycle will move easily. With less force also the cycles start rotating. Cycles start moving and the tires start rotating. When the tires start rotating easily, your bicycle can move easily from one place to another. Means you have applied force on the pedal. One thing you need a force. Another thing is the distance between the pivot and the where you applying force should be maximum. These two things you need to rotate something. Another example are thing of the door. Have you seen a door and there is hinges over here and there is a handle over here? Is it easy to open the door from handle or from the hinge? Of course from handle. From handle it can easily be opened and it will easily be closed. So can you see the distance? This is the pivot point and this is the handler. The distance is maximum. Because the distance is maximum, you don't have to apply much force over it. You can easily apply less force to open a door and close a door. If you want to open a door, let's take an example. If you want to open a door from the handle, you can easily open it. But if you try to apply a force over this point, very close to hinge, you have to apply maximum force to open it. In your home you can try it. Whenever you try to open the door from your handler, you don't have to apply much forces. You can feel that you don't have to apply much force. But when you are opening the door from near very point near to the pivot point, you try to open it. You have to give a very much force to open it. It means more the distance, less the force you have to apply. So two things you need to open the door is that you have to apply a force over the handler, and the distance between your handle and the pivot point should be a maximum that you can able to open the door easily. Same goes for a next example is drilling. Like this is the where you have to apply force, and this is the pivot point. See, the distance is maximum. So the distance is maximum, that's why we don't have to apply much force. It easily drill the hole very easily. Same goes with potted plant and hand floor grinder in very back ways. When they have to crush the wheat and make it into a flour, that time they use this hand floor grinder. Here they put the wheat, and from here they start rotating it, and it converts into a flour. See the distance between a pivot point and the handler. The distance is much. That's why they have created the much distance, so that they can easily rotate it with less force. They don't have to apply much force to grind it. That is the reason. Same goes for sugarcane crusher. This is the point where you have to apply a force, and this is the pivot point where the wheel has to rotate. So this distance from this distance, the distance is maximum, so the person don't have to apply much force to rotate this. It can apply very less force. This wheel will start rotating and the sugarcane get crushed up. So this is all related to turning effect. And then comes to moment of force. Related to this turning effect, the word is given to moment of force. Anything that can rotate in a circular direction, that is a moment of force. Like your tap, water tap, it can rotate in a circular. Your doorknob, it can rotate in a circular motion. So anything that rotates in a circular motion is concerned with the moment of force. We have many names related to moment of force. Like one is moment of force, one is torque, one is couple. These all the names have same meanings. Anything that has to rotate in a circular motion is moment of force, torque or couple. And the formula related to them has now only we have done this formula, force into perpendicular distance. We have to apply a force to rotate to open a door, and the distance should be far away, the perpendicular distance. Like where we are applying force, it should be away from that point. So that is perpendicular distance. So moment of force is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So force is Newton, distance is meter. So unit come out to be Newton meter. Moment of force is force into distance. So force ka Newton and perpendicular distance is meter. So unit come out to be Newton meter. And one more thing you should know, that Newton is an SI unit of a force. SI unit means like it is used everywhere in any country. Even it is America, even it is USA, even it is China, even it is India. Everywhere we use the unit related to force is Newton. And have you heard about kg? That you have to convert kg into grams. You have to convert meter into centimeters. So this kg and meter is a SI unit, and which you convert it, that is CGS unit. CGS unit means you have to convert SI into CGS, so that for numericals you can easily do that. So SI unit is Newton, and CGS unit related to force is dyne, D-Y-N-E, dyne. So Newton is SI unit and CGS unit is dyne. So 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. Like whenever you could do conversion, like 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Same, 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5 dynes. 10 raised to 5 power 5 means I have to write 10 5 times. That's why 5 times if I write, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 zeros. So this 10 raised to power 5 dynes mean almost equals to 1 with 5 zeros dyne. So 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. The Newton is SI unit and dyne is CGS unit. And when I convert the force of this, moment of force is force into perpendicular distance, Newton meter, this is SI, If I want to convert into CGS, then it will convert into Newton, will convert into dyne, and meter will convert into centimeter. So SI unit of moment of force is Newton meter and CGS is dyne centimeter. And conversion is 1 Newton meter is equal to 10 raised to power 7 dyne centimeter. So 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5 dyne, and 1 Newton meter is equal to 10 raised to power 7 dyne centimeter. Why it comes to be 7? Because dyne is 10 raised to power 5 and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 5 plus 2, 7. That's why it comes out to be 7 dyne centimeter. Like 10 raised to power 5 dyne and 100 centimeter. If I multiply 10 raised to power 5 and this is 10 raised to power 2, because 2 0 means 2, and anything that have base same, the power get added. So 5 plus 2, 7. That's why it comes out to be 7. 1 Newton meter is equal to 10 raised to power 7 dyne centimeter.